All right, check, check. Just going back in live, man. These games are what it is. You know, it's all set up. Super Bowl set. Got the Eagles meeting the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Saw how these games went basically. The afternoon game with the Eagles. It was a wrap once the ball was snapped. Pretty much the way the Eagles were looking, the Eagles were firing on all cylinders. The defense was lighting it up. Knocked out two QBs in one game. It was pretty much a wrap. I'm saying the defense for the Niners did the best they could, but after a while the running game just kind of opened the game up. They was just running all over the field pretty much at the just throughout the game. So that was just pretty much what it was. The Eagles made it in once again. So they got another chance to get their second Super Bowl. As a Giants fan, I don't know if I'm too happy to see that, but they were the best team all throughout the season. So hats off to them. They got a nice opportunity to make it happen. So we'll see how that goes on that side. On the Chiefs side, the Bengals had a chance to win that game. That was a little bit more of a close battle, and they had a chance to close it out. But you can't you got to know better in that situation, especially with how the refs were calling the game, because they were favoring the Chiefs as far as the officiating throughout the game. So you got to know better to whenever you see a quarterback on the sideline or heading out of bounds. Once if they get 1 foot out of bounds, they're gonna call that flag. You can't touch them. You got to just let them go. As soon as they even get close to that line, you got to just let them go. And he wasn't nowhere near the first down, so it was just kind of a boneheaded play from a guy that was actually having a good game. Asai was a linebacker number 58. Yeah, he was having a great game. He was making all the plays, all the tackles. He was doing this thing. He was like he was about to get himself a check. You know, and be one of the be a solid a linebacker. I like okay, he got something to build on, but he still does. But I mean, he's just in that situation. I think he was trying to put everything on his shoulders at that point and let his momentum and his energy get the best of him to push him out of bounds like that. And the refs are gonna call that all day. They were waiting for a call like that throughout the whole game. So to pretty much put them in a position where they can win the game and end it right there. I was hoping they'll go to OT just so there'll be more of a, kind of more of a cut and dry outcome. But it is what it is. The refs made the call, which was the right call, and cost the Bengals the game. So it is what it is. So the Chiefs are in it, the Eagles are in it, and yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see, who wins that game. I think if it were to go the other way with the Bengals make the Super Bowl against the Eagles, then I don't know. I would lean towards the Eagles winning it. But now that the Chiefs are in it and they have more ways on offense to exploit them, and then you got Andy Reid playing the Eagles, that's gonna be kind of interesting. It's kind of I think it's more of an interesting matchup now. With Andy Reid coming back playing this old team that he played for he coached for a long time, and it's gonna be interesting to see how it all plays out. I think it's gonna be more of an even match. I'm not gonna say I think it's more of a push. As far as the teams go, because the Chiefs have a great offense and an okay defense, decent defense. They got a pass rush, they got decent linebackers, they got a decent secondary. But the Eagles have the advantage, I say, in that regard, as far as as far as the defense is concerned, and with the offense. I say the Chiefs have somewhat of a advantage because they have the better quarterback, the more dynamic quarterback, and but Eagles. I guess you can say the Eagles got more weapons than I think with Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, and you got the threat of Jalen Hurts running the ball. You got Gainworth. You got Miles Sanders. They got a lot of weapons. They got more weapons, but I would say Mahomes is the better quarterback. So it's going to come back down. I think it's going to come down to quarterback play, pretty much when it gets down to it. Jalen Hurts is going to have to get everybody involved, and they're going to have to dial up the right plays. And same with the Chiefs. They got to dial up the right plays. Patrick Mahomes got to be healthy. If he's not 100%, in a couple weeks, then I think that the Eagles might have an advantage. with that. So we'll see how it plays out. I'm not gonna throw my pick out there just yet. So I'm gonna do a little research, look at everything, and look how to see how everything plays out. And I'll probably wait till the week of to throw my pick out there for who wins the Super Bowl. So it should be interesting, to kind of see how these two teams. Because I think at the end of the day, these two best teams, they're both essentially both the number ones make it. So you know, kind of like it like that. I kind of like seeing both of the number one teams throughout the season end up in the Super Bowl to play each other because it kind of gives it to a finality of the two best teams playing each other to win it all. So I mean, it should be a good game. It's gonna be a good game. Just hopefully things nobody's hurt and nobody gets hurt leading up to the game and during the game. So I like I like this matchup because it's gonna be it's not you can't really call it. You know you can say that the Chiefs are gonna win based on experience, but you also gotta look at the Eagles and all the talent they got on both sides of the ball. You can't sneeze on that. And you gotta look at their defense and how they pretty much dominated this game, this afternoon game, and then just throughout the playoffs. Even they dominated the Giants, dominated the Niners. It is what it is. Their defense is ready to go. They got a lot of talent, a lot of guys that can make plays. So and I always kind of lean towards the better defense in the Super Bowl. That's usually my my preference. Whenever I see two Super Bowl teams, whatever team has the best defense is probably going to win it, or the more prepared whoever defense plays the best during the game is going to win the Super Bowl because it's just a tight game. Everything's going on, and you got all these things going on leading up to the game, and the defense just has. I just always feel like the defense just has a bigger impact on the game than the offense does usually in the Super Bowl. So, and so we'll see. It should be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. So all I got today. I'm not gonna go too deep into it, and I'm gonna save my pick for when it happens, when the week the week of the Super Bowl, and then we'll go from there. So just wanted to tap in real quick. I hope you guys have a good night. Hit me up in the chat, hit me up in the comments. If you got any insight on that as well, all right, then I'll see you guys later. Have a good night.